لو ملك فصاحة
ملكني ملك.
ولو ملك فصاحة صحبان. Even if he would own the fasaha of Sahban ibn Wa'il. وكان بالمجلس كهل جالس في الحاشية عند مواقف الحاشية. And there was in the assembly there was an elderly man sitting on the side of the place of the servants.
There's only three people there: Zainab, Ruqayya, Arman. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. فكان كلما شط القوم في شوطهم والنثر العجوة والنجوة من نوطهم. His condition was such that whenever the people overran in their rounds and scattered good quality khajur and cheap quality khajur date from their bags, from their carriers. ينبئ تخاذر طرفه وتشامخ أنفه أنه مخرمبق لينباع ومجرمز سيمد الباع. His side glances from the eye and the swelling and turning up of his nose was showing, informing that he was one who is silent, lowering his head in order to spring up, and one crouching who would extend his stride. وَنَابِضٌ يَبْرِي النِّبَالِ وَرَابِضٌ يَبْغِي النِّضَالِ. And that he was a twanger of the bow who sharpens his arrows, and one who sits on his knees in wait of desiring a conflict, a tirandazi, and a competition of archery. Again, fakana yani kana al-kahlu, वो अढेर उम्र वाला आदमी. Whenever shattal qawmu fi shawtihim, shatt yashuttu shatatan के माना आगे निकल जाना, to exceed the limit, to go further away. في شوطهم شوط جمع أشواط के माना round, चक्कर. طاف بالبيت سبعة أشواط, 7 rounds of Kaaba. So whenever they exceeded the limits and overran in their rounds and in their running, and nathara yanthuru nathran mana bakhirna, phailana, to scatter. Ajwa, name of one of the best qualities of dates in Medina Sharif. And najwa means low quality, cheap quality khajur which has little bit of fruit in it and it's dry. Min nautihim, nata yanutu nautan literally means latkana, to hang. Over here, the zambil and the bag which is hung on the shoulders carrying some goods is intended. So whenever they scattered ajwa and najwa from their bag, yumbi'u, amba'a yumbi'u, imba'an means to inform, to show. Takhazuru, khazira yakhzaru khazaran, means to look from the side of the eyes. Antarfun means eye. his side glances, looking from the side of the eyes. गुस्से में ऐसा देखते हैं ना आदमी, गुस्से में, what is it? Yeah. When you are angry and you look at them like this from the side glances. So he was really getting really angry on the company when they were saying that, there is nobody now who can write like the previous predecessors and the literacy is finished. So when they were belittling the contemporaries and the present scholars, then his side glances and tashamukhu anfihi, uske naak ka phoolna, his nose was swelling up and upturning, the upturning of his nose. When you are enraged, your nose, you breathe heavily and your nose goes up and down. So the upturning, tashamukhu, shamikh yashmakhu shamakhan के माना उठना, बुलंद होना. तो उसकी आँख का उठना, बुलंद होना और ऊंचा होना. The upturning of his nose was informing أنه مخرمبق لينبع. مخرمبق إخرمبق يخرمبق إخرمباقا means to lower the head in silence. He is one who is silent, and he's only being silent because liyamba'a, so that he can spring up. Imba'a yamba'u imbiya'an means pelna, to spread out. It's from ba'un. Ba'un means the distance between the two hands when they are spread out like this. So that's called ba'. Hadith mein na وَإِن تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ شِبْرًا تَقَرَّبْتُ إِلَيْهِ زِرَاعًا وَإِن تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ زِرَاعًا تَقَرَّبْتُ إِلَيْهِ بَاعًا. So ba' means the gap between both hands when they are both spread out. So imba'a, to spread out. So he is being silent in order to spread out. अच्छा अच्छा खोल दीजिए आपने. मैं 1 मिनट चालू रखना, हज़रत मुफ्ती साहब तशरीफ लाए हैं. Just open the door for him. हाँ जी, चलो पढ़ो आगे. जी, मुफ्ती ताहिर साहब is here. I had to go to open the door for him. I am telling you, inshallah, he's going to be here for a week. हाँ, तो أنه مخرمبق لينبع, he is remaining silent so he can spring up. And mujrammizun, ijrammaza yajrammizu ijrimmazan means to gather some strength. Like when नहीं जोर पर जी खाई नहीं देते नहीं 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 कहीं नहीं चाहिए कहाँ डर भी जाऊँ उनसे नहीं
ना वेकफील्ड जाऊँ
अरे वेकफील्ड वो पाए से
पहुँची जाऊँ प्लीज पाछवा आवा सैटरडे
चलो अच्छा हमरो हजरत नो संडे नो निजाम से सैटरडे तो अबरार जवाना से પછી અહીં આવે પાછા કે તાજ કરે
તમારા ઉપર છે તમને
તો ટ્યુઝડે નું આપણે એમનું આપણે સોચતા ઉઠા એમને ટ્યુઝડે ના પેલું કરાવ્યું હું નામ વાઇલ તો પછી સન્ડે કરી નાખો.
હા સન્ડે કરી નાખો સર તો બધા આવી બી શકે બીજા શાગીર્દો બી આવવાના છે ગ્લોસ્ટર થી બી આવવાના છે
ચાલો તો પછી સન્ડે બપોરે કરી નાખો.
સન્ડે નું બહુ સારું રહે.
ઠીક છે.
ઠીક છે
ટ્યુઝડે ના જનરલ બેન કરાવી નાખો.
હા બિલકુલ
ઠીક છે.
ઠીક છે
Alright. ઓકે તો હઝરત પછી પ્રેસ્ટન જવાના છે ને અબરાર.
એ તો ખાલી તા 2 કલાક ખાલી પ્રોગ્રામ હારો પછી પાછા અહીંયા જ આવી જાય.
ઠીક છે.
હા, એ તો અહીંયા જ રહેવાના એ તો જબર પેલું એ લોકોનું કઈ યુતું નથી.
हाँ ठीक है कहीं 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 और
ઠીક છે
ओके सलाम जी भाई माफ करना है. हाँ जी मुजरम्मिजुन से मुद्दुलबा इजरम से यजरम्मिजु इजरिम माजन के माना ताकत जमा करना, स्ट्रेंथ जमा करना. Like you know when a sprinter in the race course before sprinting he gets on his knees, hands on the ground and he's ready. As soon as 3 2 1 the gun blows, it jumps. That's called ijram maza, to gather your strength. Sayamuddul ba'a, madda yamuddu maddan, to stretch, and ba both hands. So he's going to stretch his both hands and extend his in his stride. Wanabidun yabrin nibal, nabada yambidu nabdan, ki maana to pull the bow in order to shoot the arrow. So when the archer pulls that, it's called nabada. So he is a tirandaz, an archer. Yabri, bara yabri, bariyan means to sharpen. When you sharpen the pencil, baraitul qalam, I sharpen the pencil. And nibal is plural of nablun. Nablun, jama nibalun, means arrows. So he is sharpening his arrows, meaning he is shaping them, preparing them, putting them, in his bag, in his quiver, so that he can pull them out when he needs them. Rabidun, rabada yarbidu ke mana घुटनों के ऊपर बैठना. So he is sitting on his knees. यबगी निदाल बगा यबगी बगियन तलाश करना. अन्नादल युनादिलु मुनादलतन व निदालन, इसके माना तीरंदाजी करना. तो he is one who's sitting on his घुटना and knees, and he is seeking nidal, meaning conflict and competition. Falamma nuthiratil kana'in, then when the quivers were emptied, wafa'atis saka'in, and sukoon returned, and calmness returned, everybody became quiet. Warakadatis za'azi', and when the storms had fallen, wakaffal munasi', and the disputer withheld his dispute, wasakanatis zamajir, and the screams fell silent. Wasakatal masjur was zajir, and the one rebuked and the one who was rebuking both fell silent. Aqbala ala al-jama'ati wa qala, he turned towards the company, the group, and he said, falamma nuthiratil kana'in, nathala yanthulu ke mana khali kar dena, to empty. Al-kana'in, plural of kinanatun, which means the quiver. You know the golfer, he has golf bag in which he puts all his cues. That's called the quiver. So when their quivers were emptied, and fa'atis saka'in, sukoon returned. Fa'a yafiu fayyan, to combat. Saka'in, plural of sakinatun, huwalladhi anzala as-sakinata fi qulubil mu'minin. वरकदती ज़आज़, रकद के माना ठंडा पड़ जाना और साकिन हो जाना, calm down. ज़आज़, plural of ज़अज़अतुन, and ज़अज़अ युज़अज़िउ ज़अज़अतन means झंझोड़ना, to shake. And by ज़आज़, what is meant here is tornadoes, heavy winds. We shake up everything, the homes, the trees, and blow everything away. So the heavy winds and storms calmed down, became silent, and kaffal munazi', झगड़ा करने वाला रुक गया. The disputer stopped and withheld his dispute. وسكنت الزماجر, sakana yaskunu sukunan, sakin ho jana, to calm down. Zamajir, plural of zamjaratun. Zamjara yuzamjiru means to scream. The screams became silent and calmed down. وَسَكَتَ الْمَسْجُورُ sakata, to be silent, and masjur was zajir. Masjur, zajara yazuru, zajran means jirakna, dantana, to scold, to rebuke. The one who was rebuked in the discussion and debate, and the rebuker, both fell silent. أقبل على الجماعة وقال, he turned towards the Jamaat and he said, لقد جئتم شيئا إدا وجزتم عن القصد جدا. Indeed, you have uttered something grievous, and you have wandered away too far from the middle path. وَعَظَّمْتُمُ الْعِظَامَ الرُّفَاتِ, and you have magnified moldering bones. وَافْتَقْتُمْ فِي الْمَيْلِ إِلَى مَنْفَاتِ, and you have been excessive in your leaning towards those who are gone. وَغَمَصْتُمْ جِيلَكُمْ الَّذِينَ فِيهِمْ لَكُمُ اللِّدَاتِ, and you have held in contempt your generation among whom you were born. وَمَعَهُمْ إِنْ عَقَدَتِ الْمَوَدَّاتِ, and with whom your friendship is established. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمْ شَيْئًا إِدَّةً is part of Qurani ayat in Surah Maryam and the last ruku. Iddun means munkar, grievous. You have come to something which is grievous. You have uttered some statement which is grievous, bad, heavy, and you have gone further away from qasd, mayana rawi i'tidal. And azzamtum, you have magnified, you have done ta'zim, you have magnified al-izam al-rufat, bones which are moldering, which have become decayed and decomposed. Rafata means alag alag kar dena, tukde tukde kar dena. Waftaktum iftata yaftatu iftiyatan means from fout, fata yafutu fautan. You have exceeded the limits in leaning towards those who have passed away and died, and you have ghamastum, you have held in contempt your jeel. Ghamasa means tahqir karna. You have belittled your contemporaries, your generation, among whom you were born. Lidat, plural of lidatun, and walada yalidu, to be born, and with whom your muhabbat is connected. बस बाद में पढ़ना, टाइम नहीं है, तुम खुद ही कर लेना, वज़ू कर ले.